We have multiple events in one day now. That's how successful our campaign is doing. And today we had a motorcycle run, hence why I dressed all in black and boots. And at the last event, we actually ended up in Escondido at the Harley-Davidson store. Please go visit. They are American patriots there. They let me speak, and I told you what, we had the whole entire crowd say they would vote for me. So, there's something, while I was riding here, most of you have heard me speak time and time and time and time and time again. And so it's hard to keep fresh and say new things that you haven't heard before. So I thought, what am I going to say today that's a little bit different? Well, I'm still going to talk about freedom. When I was riding on the back of that motorcycle, that reminded me of what freedom feels like. And it's really, quite frankly, been a long time since I've really felt that type of freedom. I'm a homeschooling mother. And although when we're at home teaching, it feels like liberty, they're constantly trying to take that away from us. Yes, and they're still fighting. Did you hear up in our state, they're going to try to run something again to take that away from us. You know, when I walked recently from Fresno, I know it's really crazy, but I can actually walk again. I walked from Fresno to Sacramento, and I did end up in 4 days in a wheelchair from all the blisters and open sores and swelling, but I would do it again. And I want to tell you what I saw, what I observed, and the people I spoke to along this route. People are suffering. And when I mean suffering, I mean suffering. I talked to homeless people. We saw a homeless camp on one city block between Ceres and Modesto. In one city block, there was a foreclosed home, an abandoned building, a for lease sign, and a closed business. The Central Valley really is going to be the future of the entire state of California if we, the people, don't do something different this time. Prop 23, how many here know about Prop 23?
Yeah!
If you don't, it will abolish temporarily, it's only temporarily, but it will suspend AB 32 until the unemployment rate is down to 5%, and I believe it has to stay that way for one entire year. Now, although that's great, what we need is leadership that will completely abolish AB 32 altogether. You know, I personally am sick and tired of hearing about green jobs. I did my research. I thought, wow, let's see, what has this created in our state? Well, only 4% of our state's jobs are green jobs. But what will AB 32 do when it goes into complete effect? It will decimate 1.1 more million jobs. It will cost each family an additional $4,000 per year on grocery bills. And that's due to the trucks that have to conform to the new standards. It will also cost, I believe it's near $50,000 per small business to conform. My husband and I have a heating and air conditioning business, and I'm not going to lie to you, we're not doing well. And if AB 32 goes into effect, as much as I love the state of California, if I don't win, I'm not sure what we're going to do, because we cannot afford AB 32. My campaign manager, Danny Rusco, her family owns the second largest gun night company in the state of California. They are going to go out of business because they don't have the money, the $10,000 per truck it will take to conform to the new standards. It will cost our state billions and billions of dollars in revenue. In addition to this, we also have open borders. We spend as a state nearly $22 billion per year on illegal alien benefits. When I was in the Central Valley, I'll tell you something that I saw that was so sad. So sad. Teenagers that have just graduated high school are homeless in the mountains above Fresno, roaming around because they can't find jobs and they have no dignity. They won't go home to their parents because they feel ashamed because they can't find a job. Now, I'm going to ask you, is that the kind of state you want for your children?
No!
Oh, that doesn't sound convincing. Is that the kind of a state you want for your children?
No!
As a mother, neither do I. So what are we going to do? We need to fight. We need to unite to fight, not divide and conquer. What I'm really loving now is us Tea Party patriots, we're getting together and we're uniting now. And that's what we need to do. And I'm telling you, if Joe did it in Alaska, and Christine did it in Delaware, Chelene can do it in the state of California. I am not a politician. I do not want to be a politician. What I want to do is represent we the people, because I'm sick and tired of what we elect not listening to us. We all are. Absolutely amen. So when I'm up there, guess what? I am your employee, not the other way around. So I want to tell you really quickly, because I think my time's probably running out, and I don't want to spend it, because I know there's great Tea Party candidates here today. But for those who say, Chelene, you're splitting the vote, oh gosh, I am so glad I'm hardly hearing that anymore. More and more people are saying, you know what, Chelene? You're not splitting any vote. You're the only constitutional American patriot in the race. And I've got some good news. We're filming our television commercial on Monday. And in case you haven't heard, we were endorsed by Sheriff Joe Arpaio, Sheriff Richard Mack, former Congressman now running for governor in Colorado, former presidential candidate Tom Tancredo, Chuck Baldwin, G. Edward Griffin, and I'm telling you what, there's a big name that's going to be coming out soon. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for letting, I'm sorry I was late, but like I said, we have multiple events. Tomorrow we're having Shooting with Chelene. If you want to come out and shoot with us, go to our booth. You know what, and I mean this. I gotta say, and if I break down here emotionally, this is my final thing I'm gonna say. All of you that were my supporters during that 200-mile walk, you were fabulous. You have no idea what it does to your morale when you're walking in 110-degree weather and you feel like nobody cares. And at the end of the day, we would go home, or to our hotel. That was home at the time. And so many of you wrote, and you left me messages, and you encouraged us. And what I saw, for the first time in a long time, were patriots caring for one another and having each other's backs. So let's continue to have each other's backs, all right? And remember what Ronald Reagan said. He said that the future